Okay, we're rolling. Okay, hey everybody. So I'm Jessica Craig. I know we have like a ton of new people on here. This team is growing so stinking quick. So if this is your first Zoom with me, uh, hey, uh, I'm super excited. We have lots of great things to discuss with you guys tonight. Some awesome tips that are wonderful for newbies. But if you've been here for a while and maybe your business just isn't going where you want it to go, it's not moving as quickly as you had hoped, or maybe you're at a standstill, these are some really great things that are going to get it popping. So if you want to if you're able to grab a pencil or a pen or something and take some quick notes. If not, if you're walking like Cicely, getting your move on, or if you're driving like Carol, if you're doing something that you, and yeah, Ashley's text is obsessed, in case you guys didn't know. Um, and there are her boobs on the Zoom. Okay, if you if you can't take notes, this is being recorded, so you can head back in, or I can't even talk. Go back and watch the recording. So we want to talk a little bit about, I'm going to start with social media. My specialty and something that I have really grown my business with is Facebook. So I'm going to start with that. So who on here uses Facebook for your business? Raise your hand. Probably everybody. Like everybody uses Facebook. That's what's so awesome about it, is you can reach so many people. So before I even started with Prove It, I already had a pretty large following on Facebook, because that's just my personality. I love to add people. I love to know what they're doing. I love for people to know what I'm doing. I don't know. It's weird. I'm just super open. I've always been a really big poster, I guess you could say. Like, I would always make posts about my life, what's going on, what I had for dinner, what movie I'm watching, what makeup I liked, just everything. I'm just a huge person who likes to share, I guess you could say. I have no idea. I'm sure people are like, neat, we don't care about your life, but I put it out there anyway. And so people always kind of stay connected to me through that. Another reason is because I'm very active on Facebook, or I was before I found Prove It, when I actually had free time. So I would go down through there and scroll several times a day and make comments on people's stuff, and just see what's going on in other people's lives. So if you don't have at least 3,000 friends on your Facebook, you need to strive to continue to add people each and every day. Facebook has a 5,000 friend maximum. They won't let you add any more friends after 5,000, but you really need 3,000 if you want to build a business through Facebook. So go ahead and take a look and see how many friends you have tonight before you go to bed. And I want to challenge all of you guys to add at least 100 people by next Thursday. So I'm going to put up a post. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to put up a post, because this is going to be just for those of you who are on this Zoom, and maybe the ones who go back and watch the recording. But we're going to do a little contest just for you guys. So y'all listen up. I want you to screenshot your friends list when we get off this Zoom that shows the number. And then I want you to send me a screenshot by next Thursday showing me that you have added at least 100 new friends. This is super important to grow your business on Facebook. You've got to extend your network. And you're probably thinking, well, oh my gosh, I don't know 100 people. Yes, you do. You know 100 people. If you'll go through there and look at the friends you may know, there's probably tons of people on there that you either are related to, went to school with, previous coworkers, people that live in your town that you see at the grocery store. Like, I'm serious. If you've made eye contact with them, add them on Facebook. If you've had any kind of interaction with them whatsoever, add them on Facebook. And you may be one of those who is private and don't want everyone to know your life. I get that. I know a lot of people are like that. But if you're interested in growing a business on Facebook, you've got to be able to change your mindset and step out of your comfort zone and just start adding a lot of people. Another great way to make connections is if you're in a lot of Facebook groups. Y'all, there are Facebook groups for everything. Anything you're interested in. If you love makeup, search makeup on Facebook. There's 100 groups you can join. If you have dogs and you love your dogs, Join a Facebook group about dogs. I mean, I'm telling you, there's something for everybody. Just start going through there. I wouldn't go through there and just start adding people, but get interactive on these posts that people are making. Ask questions, reply to someone's comment, make new friendships, new virtual friendships. You'll probably never see these people, but have some kind of interaction with them, and go ahead and add them on Facebook. Now, I'm not saying message them right away and say, hey, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Because they're going to be like, this lady's a freak, or this dude's a psycho. What the heck? So don't do that, but just go ahead and add them. You can look on their page and maybe comment on a picture of, what they had for dinner last night, or just whatever's going on in their lives, and just be friendly. And then from there, you will develop a relationship, and these people will realize that you're not crazy, you're not a psycho, and you're not just trying to sell them something. You're trying to actually be a friend to them. And then in turn, they're going to end up seeing your post about keto. They're going to end up messaging you and saying, what are you talking about? What is this magical drink that you have? I cannot tell you how many times that I've added somebody just for whatever reason. I met them, I talked to them, I saw them at a store, whatever reason, I added them as a friend, and then they saw my Facebook and messaged me. Quick story, I met a girl the other night at my daughter's open house at school, or whatever you call it, orientation, I don't even know, whatever you call it. I met a girl there. She was a friend of a friend or something, and I told her I liked her purse. We made a connection. Before you know it, she had sent me a message on Facebook. She couldn't send me a friend request because I was maxed out, but she obviously was like, oh, I know what she said. She said, I saw you had proven on your shirt, so I was wondering what that was, so I looked at your Facebook. Can you tell me a little bit about this product? I have a lot of baby weight that I need to lose. If I like it, I would really actually like to be a promoter. And I met this girl and told her I liked her purse. Didn't even know her, nothing. So if you aren't talking to people, if you aren't trying to connect with them, like, you're crazy, because there's a whole wide world of strangers out there who are waiting to be your friends. A stranger is truly just a friend that you haven't met yet. So step out of your comfort zone. I don't know what this has to do with social media. Sometimes I get off track. Actually, don't kill me. But I mean, this is something that I'm personally working on, is just stepping out of my comfort zone and being able to talk to people. So back to social media, add 100 friends, be super active, like and be active on other people's posts. Make sure that if you went to your Facebook right now, say you weren't yourself, you went to your Facebook, you were checking it out. Would you want to buy keto? Would you want to be connected? Would you want to be a promoter underneath yourself? If all you had to know about this person was what they saw on your social media, go look at this as soon as you get off this Zoom, and just kind of be real with yourself and be like, oh, I'm negative. I'm a negative Nelly. Nobody would ever want to buy anything from me or be connected to me in a business because I'm always complaining about life. Or, I'm just posting about cats or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, make sure that your Facebook and your life seems interesting and seems like something that someone would want to be a part of. You're super positive. You feel great. You love life. You have energy to clean your house. You're playing with your kiddos. You're able to, take a trip or a vacation or something like that. Just think about what you're posting before you post is what I'm trying to say. Make sure you're not using a lot of foul language. I'm not saying I don't ever say a cuss word or a bad word or whatever, but I certainly wouldn't put it on my Facebook, because there's a lot of people on there who that would really turn off. You know what I mean? You just have to really be mindful about what you're putting out there. Also, make sure you're not being too salesy. I feel like sometimes, I'm talking to myself too, so guys don't think that I'm up here preaching to y'all. I'm also talking to myself. A lot of times we get a little salesy, and we'll just post about, I'm going to go ahead and mute one more time. We will post about, hey, I've got 5 days available, or, buy a 30 count, da-da-da-da. I don't even know. I can't even think right now. My brain's mush. But you know how it is. We'll get salesy with our post instead of using real life experiences. So you will have way more success with talking about personal experiences, about how you feel, how you didn't eat that chocolate cake that everybody ate at lunch today because your keto gave you the willpower not to. or I slept like a rock last night. The only thing I have changed is I started drinking keto, like different stuff like that. And then sometimes you don't even have to mention keto. You can just be holding a shaker bottle in your picture or just little subliminal messages, and you're going to get the word across. You're going to, people are going to know what you're talking about. That's okay, Heather. I don't know how you got off mute. I didn't even know who it was.
Or wearing your shirt, your Prove It shirt.
Yeah, and wearing your Prove It gear. Y'all, Prove It finally has all kinds of awesome t-shirts. I'm wearing one right now. I wear one every single day of my life. If I'm not wearing a Prove It shirt, something ain't right. Like, call 911 because I'm sick. Because if I can't wear a Prove It shirt, I ain't going. I just am obsessed with it. And I was not getting my oil change. I was getting my tires rotated and balanced today. And I'm standing there and I got on this shirt and the girl said, what's that on your shirt? What does that mean? Shared the campfire video with her. The girl today working at the counter. Like, that is just such a great opportunity to start a conversation with somebody with what you have on. So I encourage you, if you don't have Prove It gear, grab some, wear it, take pictures in it, wear it loud and proud. Let people know what you're doing and what you're all about. It's just crazy if you don't. So another thing on Facebook is crazy. Like, they're smart. I don't know. I think they listen to us and stuff too. It's weird, but they know like who you interact with. And those are the only people that are going to show up in your news feed and you're going to show up in their news feed. So I know we're all about status support and commenting on each other's stuff and all that kind of stuff. Yes, Drew Cox, do not make your own Prove It gear. That is against compliance. They're cracking down on it. So we have tons of gear available in the store. So definitely don't be making your own. Crap, I lost my train of thought. Ashley, tell me what I was talking about. Were you listening? You weren't even listening. I hate you.
I'm making notes about what I'm getting ready to say. I love you. I'm leaving again. Bye.
Somebody tell me what I was talking about. Anybody?
Wait, let me show my shirt one more time.
Y'all, I'm serious. I need 17 more keto to deal with this day.
Obviously, no one was listening to you.
Should we just end this Zoom, yes or no?
You guys want to have a party, yes or no?
Y'all don't hate us. Okay, so, crap.
You were talking about how everybody that, we see on Facebook as who comes up on our news feed, and you were saying don't just have all those people or something like that.
Thank you, Morgan. I'm in love with you. Okay, so don't just comment on Prove It people's post because that's all you're going to see. No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't support each other. I 100% am all down for everybody commenting on everybody's stuff because I think that works wonders. But make sure for every Prove It promoter that you post, you comment on their thing, just kind of make it a goal to go back and find someone who's not a Prove It promoter and interact with them on Facebook, because Facebook is only going to show you who you interact with and vice versa. Another thing is make sure you're posting your stuff strategically at certain times of the day. So you need to make a couple Facebook posts about Prove It each and every day, or about keto. So I would do one, first thing in the morning, like when they get to work or whatever, or when they first wake up in the mornings, that's when they tend to check their Facebook. So that would be the perfect time. Lunchtime is also a great time. And then at nighttime, usually after 8 or 9 p.m. is when everyone settles down and starts scrolling through Facebook. So that's another great time to make a post. But definitely don't post back to back. If you post back to back, you're like fighting with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, your Facebook doesn't know which post to show. Huh? Oh, love you. Love you, baby. Sorry. Sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. Y'all don't kill me. Does anybody have any specific questions about Facebook before we move on to the next topic? Let me look at the chat really quick. I haven't even looked at it. Oh, and you know what? If you will reply to a comment, like Facebook doesn't just love when one person comments or one person likes something. So for every person that comments on your status, if you will go back and reply to them, Facebook looks as that like, oh, they really like each other. They're going back and forth. And so it will show you that person more and they'll see your stuff more. Yeah, algorithms is what it's called. Shauna, if you'll go to your friends list, like go to your Facebook page, and it'll show you, it should show you how many friends you have, I think. But message me after the same if you can't figure it out, and I'll help you. So I'm going to go ahead, and while we're talking about social media stuff, and we're going to let Brittany Beck speak. She is an Instagram master. I don't know what the heck she does, but she is freaking killing it, and tons and tons and tons of her business is coming from Instagram. So, Brittany, let me unmute you. You're unmuted. Can you hear me okay? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready, set, go.
Okay. Hey, guys. Okay, so I am not an Instagram genius. She's crazy, but I do have a lot of followers. So here's just some things that I do, and you can take it or leave it, whatever. Yeah, I'm not an expert in this. These are just some things that work for me. Okay, so first off, the first thing I will say about Instagram is it is a lot different than Facebook. Facebook is all about, to me, finding people that you connect with. So it's like I will friend request people, and I'm like, okay, I like seeing about their family. I like seeing about their new car, how their job's going. Like seeing people's life really. Whereas for me, and I could be completely wrong on this compared to a lot of people, but for me, Instagram is more specific. So when I am looking to follow people on Instagram, I don't follow people and I don't want to see about their lives. Like that's not what it's about. It's about specific content that fits and gives me value. So for me, when I get on Instagram, I have 2 accounts. Now, when I'm talking about Facebook, I would never, ever, 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 ever suggest anybody on my team to have 2 separate Facebooks, because again, when people log into Facebook and they add you, they want to see what's going on in your life. Like, how was your day? What's going on with your family? What are your kids doing? How's your job? It's just kind of like your whole life on one thing. Versus Instagram is more content specific. And so for me, I have 2 separate accounts. I have one that I talk about my family and my life. And I just post pictures of my kids and things like that. If I post pictures of my kid on my Keto Brit group, I get unfollowed. So I want you to just kind of understand where people are coming from. It's not that they hate my kid. It's that I have a group that's called Keto Brit, and it is all about keto. So if I start posting a lot about my kid or my car or whatever, a lot of people will unfollow because they are there to get information about keto. So it's more specific, and I'm there, and they follow me to add value to their life in their keto journey. So I just would just recommend, if you have any sort of specialty, I don't really know what to say. If you have any sort of if you work out a lot, then I would maybe even create a separate account. You can use your original Instagram account too and just see how it goes, because it's not going to be the same for everybody. Everybody just trial and error. But try another account too for Instagram and just post things about working out. Like if you work out all the time, post things about working out. People will follow you just to see, okay, she's working out. What is she doing now? What is she doing now? And posting your progress along the way. People love to see that. If you are an amazing cook and you cook healthy foods, whatever it may be, you might want to focus it around on that. If you are living the keto lifestyle, oh my God, people love to follow people that are doing the keto lifestyle. And that's how I got started. I started with a keto account because I was living the keto lifestyle, and I followed tons and tons and tons and tons of keto people because I wanted to see what they're eating, what they're doing, do they work out, like everything about their life as far as the keto goes. If I see a lot of their family and a lot of their kids, and I unfollow them. So I'm just saying from my experience, that's how it is. So I do get a lot of follows. I think I have like 10,400 people following me right now. So it's a pretty significant amount. I mean, it's not like a ton. So there's a lot of people that are way better, but some things that I do is I post before and afters quite often. It's not always my before and afters. I post other people's too. And on my before and afters that I post, I tag accounts. So like weight loss transformation, before and after, keto transformation, any of those transformation groups, I tag them on there, and you can tag people just like on Facebook, you can tag them. And sometimes they'll feature you and give you a shout out. Well, if you get featured and get a shout out, you'll usually get hundreds of follows that way. So I do that a lot, and I get featured quite a bit, and I get tons of follows that way, like 400 at a time. Bam, bam, bam. So that's one of the things is tag those accounts. Some of them it'll say DM us your story. So if you'll just shoot them a DM with your before and after and your story, and try not to push your product in your thing, then sometimes they'll feature you. You get tons of follows that way. And as soon as you get follows, it'll be like my inbox will just blow up. Boom, 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 boom. What is this product you're selling? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? I mean, it'll just blow up, and I can't even answer everything in one day. So if you ever get featured, that is really good. So I would work on trying to get featured if you have a good before and after story. Posting your food is huge on Instagram. Anytime, like we had Fathead Pizza tonight. It's a ketogenic way of eating pizza. It's really, really good. Tastes amazing. I'm going to post that. We'll usually get like 10 to 50 followers just from posting our pizza tonight. So that really helps. And why we get follows is we hashtag it. So I'll hashtag Fathead Pizza. I'll hashtag keto food, keto meals, keto diet, ketogenic, keto, all these hashtags, and people search them. And then they're like, oh, she posts a lot of her keto food. Follow. And you'll get a lot of follows that way. You'll get a lot of likes that way. So posting before and afters, doing your food, doing motivational quotes. A lot of people love those. I'll just search like keto tips, and I'll just take some of those pictures and post them. And people are like all over that. People love seeing tips on keto, because there's like one about the fat whoosh. If you haven't ever seen it, it's talking about how, and it's kind of like the Rob DeBoer video about how your cells will just store water, because they think that fat's coming back, and then once it don't, it's just like whoosh, you lose a lot of the scale will start moving. I get a lot of follows from that. People will tag people under that because a lot of people are struggling. Just motivational quotes like, imagine if you'd have started this day last year, all that kind of stuff. People love that. Just really adding value to people's lives. The more value that you can add to someone's life, the more they're going to follow you, and the more followers you're going to get. If you just create an account, because I have people that are guilty of this on my team. If you just create an account and you say, hey, I've got 5-day trials for sale. Hey, keto's on sale today. Hey, guess what? I'm drinking my keto. And that's all you do, then a lot of people won't follow you. Or if they do, they don't even really pay attention. So I do post a lot about Keto Improve It just because it is my life. But it's hard to really get people to trust you and value your opinion if you're not giving them any value other than your product. So just do that. Hashtag at least 12 hashtags. I do prove it every day. I do prove it. I do ketones. I do keto, ketogenic, fat loss, energy, focus, weight loss transformation, before and after, all of those things. People are searching those all the time. Follow people, do it just like you do on Facebook. If you follow 10 to 20, 50 people a day, a lot of them will follow you back, especially once they go look at your profile and they say like, oh gosh, they're giving me a lot of value. I need to follow this page. So do that as well. But also, know that when you follow people, it's not like on Facebook where they're going to always follow you back, but you will get a lot of follows back. Interact with people just like you do on Facebook. I will scroll through, oh my God, that looks so yummy. Oh my God, that looks so good. Oh my God, I can't wait to make this. Wow, you're doing amazing. Keep it up. You're doing great. Give them interactions just like you would do on Facebook. And like their post just like you would do, and they'll interact back with you, and it will create that rapport and build relationships. In the bio section, make sure that you put that you are an independent Prove It promoter, because Prove It does ask that we do that for compliance reasons. Some people on my team have gotten emails saying, please, in your bio for Instagram, put that you are an independent Prove It promoter if you are posting about our products at all. I put my campfire video as my website. So a lot of people messaged me the other day and said, how do you send the campfire video to people? Do you just cold message them? No, I don't. I think there's a little bit of background noise. I don't know what that was, but I do not just cold message people. What I'll do is I'll post like, oh my gosh, I'm down another 3 pounds, and I'll take a picture of my scale or whatever. And then my followers will be like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? And they'll go to my profile and they'll see my campfire video and they'll watch it. And then on that website, there's a thing that says request 5-day trial or request experience trial or something like that. And some people will request that from me. And so it just opens up the communication for me, so I don't have to cold message. So I always put the campfire video as I change it every now and then for different things, but I keep it there pretty much always. Let me think. Is there anything else? I think that's about all I have. Filters. If you add filters to your Instagram pictures, you're more likely to get viewed, because they use algorithms just like Facebook. So Instagram is more likely to push your pictures to show up in people's news feed if you have filters and if you use at least 12 hashtags. So those are just some things that I would definitely do, just so that you actually get featured. Sometimes you'll get featured on the popular page and things like that too, so that helps. So those are just some things that I do to build my Instagram. And like Jessica said, literally at least 90% of my business has come from my Instagram. I probably only personally know 5 of I have about 100 personal promoters right now, and I only know 5 of them before Prove It. So Instagram.
That's crazy. So whatever, you cannot tell me that you're not amazing at Instagram. Anybody that has done what you have done so far is incredible to me. So I want to be like Brittany Beck. Everybody want to be, everyone that says Brittany Beck for president, raise your hand. Yes. We love you, Brittany. Okay. Ashley is now going to tell you guys a little bit about DMO. So hopefully you already know what that is, but if you don't, she's going to go over exactly what it is really quick, and then some great steps that you can take each and every day. You need to be taking each and every day to build your business. So one more time, write these things down. Like I'm taking notes too, y'all. I just took a bunch of notes from Brittany's. I'm going to go back and listen to it again and write down everything she said word for word. Okay.
Yeah, guys, like the girl said, I mean, I know sometimes we say the same things to you over and over and over, but they resonate, like there's times when I think I don't need to hear that. I already know that, but I took notes tonight. You know what I mean? So you never know when someone's going to say something to you that is just all of a sudden going to click in your mind. So a lot of the things that I want to discuss with you tonight, you probably already do. Hopefully you already do those. But it's good sometimes just to kind of do a refresher. Jess, is there background noise? Mute and then I'll unmute. Okay, so every day, these are the steps that I take. I first thing, check the Pulse app. And then if your Pulse app is not one that works all the time, refresh it, delete it, download it again, whatever you have to do. But I check the Pulse app because you never know if we have a sale. I want to see if I have a new promoter overnight, if someone's hit MVP or Go Pro. And what I'll do is when I check my Pulse app, if someone on my team has hit their MVP or their Go Pro or something like that, I'll go ahead and send them a message and congratulate them because I'm super excited for them to hit that, right? And so we all know what that's like when you're brand new to hit your first 2 goals. It's really exciting, and it's the biggest deal in the world to you. So it's still the biggest deal in the world to them. So I'll take those couple minutes in the morning and go ahead and send them a message. Then I check the Prove It Facebook page. Guys, this is one of the biggest resources that we have. Prove It has an incredible Facebook page with tons of videos, tons of content, pictures, everything that we could possibly need for our business. It's on this page. This isn't Prove It's page. This is our page. So we need to treat it like it's ours. You know what I'm saying? We need to interact on there, comment on the post, like the post, share them on your page, because a lot of that stuff, you know, you never know who's going to see it. You know, you've heard this 1,000 times, but the reason why we're here is because of that Prove It Facebook page. Our good friend Mandy Mitchell saw it first. She showed it to the three of us. And we thought, oh my gosh, this is legit. Let's try this product. And then the rest is history. So she saw a post on the Prove It Facebook page that intrigued her enough to dig into that and research it. Can you imagine if someone that joins your team the next couple of months joins because of a post that you made on the Prove It Facebook page? Can you imagine that? Like, just think about that. So let's treat this page like we created it, because it's ours. And so we should interact, share it with people. When the doctors do live videos, invite people to watch those. Invite your friends to the page. If you go to the top of the page, you can share it and invite several friends. And you get a notification when someone that you invited to like the page actually likes it. So then you can reach back out and say, oh, hey, Jenna, I saw that you liked the Prove It Facebook page. Have you tried keto? You know, blah, 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 blah. But that's a great way to get new customers. So let's utilize that page every day. Our team pages. We're going to update you with any contests, any news that you need to know about, any, you know, daily challenges, just inspiration, whatever. So make sure that's one of the first things you do too, is check your team page that you're on, and your Facebook messages, because we all know that overnight you probably get 4,875 million Facebook messages. So it's good in the morning just to go ahead and scroll through, answer the most important ones. You know, they're all important, but you know what I'm saying. So just check that and make sure there's nothing super pressing that you need to go ahead and check immediately. And this is something that is every day. Our huddle call is every day. So it's not at the top of the list as far as what time you get up in the morning, depending on where you live. But that needs to be a very big priority for all of us, because it's Monday through Friday. And then we have a call on Saturday too. These are recorded. So if you have a full-time job and you can't actually make it to listen to the live call, that's okay. It's recorded for 24 hours. These calls are for new promoters. And when I say a new promoter, every person on this Zoom is a new promoter, including myself. We've all been here for less than a year. So we all need to hear those things. They're put on by people that are doing the steps it takes every day to be successful. So Brittany just said, where can we hear the recording? Brittany, we will share it again on Team Legend, but it's actually on Team Legend now with the recording playback number, but we'll share it again when we get off. But these calls are so important. They're all about steps to take to be successful. Certain things that promoters are doing every single day that lead them up to Champ 6 or Legend, or how to do a mixer, or how to host an event in your town. Just little things that we all need to learn. So let's make sure that we're using these huddle calls. Jessica posted it in the chat if you all need to see the playback number for the huddle call. But let's make sure we're treating these calls like they're mandatory. So that's not necessarily that they're mandatory at that moment if you work and you can't get on, but they should be mandatory for your business to grow. So go back and listen to them if you can't listen to it at noon. Sharing the campfire video every day is so important. So it doesn't matter if you're just getting started or if you've done this for 8 or 9 months. That's going to be what people are going to see first, most likely. That's what I saw first, okay? We saw the Prove It Facebook page. We watched the campfire video. And just like all of you, I'm sure that your reaction was, oh my gosh, I don't even know what this is. If it works like this, I'm going to die. I might be rich. I don't know, but a lot of people need to know about this. I'm going to pass out. So that was my reaction. That was Jessica's. I'm sure it was a lot of y'all's reaction. You couldn't believe it, but you had to try it. So think about the people that you care about in your life. They need to see this too. Something that we talked about in Dallas, and I'm kind of getting off a little bit here, but something we talked about in Dallas is when you first get started, your only goal is to share the campfire video in keto with as many people as possible. So what do we do in our mind? We immediately think, okay, well, I can't share it with her or him or her or him because she's a doctor, or she lives there, or she makes this kind of money, or, you know, she's not into that kind of thing, or she has red hair. Whatever your excuse is for not approaching somebody, wad it up and throw it in the trash can, because we should literally be sharing keto with every person we know. And guess what? If they say no, you know what happens? Nothing. You don't die, and you got some really good practice, and you got one step closer to a yes. So every day we should just, like, if you have to go through your contacts in your phone and, you know, text 3 people, or if you go through your Facebook Messenger, or if you call 3 people, or if you go to the grocery store and see 3 people, every single day, 3 new people at least, you should show the campfire video to them. And I'm not saying just randomly walk up to someone and say, hey, will you watch this video? But just listen for little clues or little cues. Like if you're at the grocery store and someone's like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, have you tried Keto OS? I've been using it. I feel amazing. I have energy to tackle the day, tackle the, you know, my kiddos' activities, blah, 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 blah. That's a cue. So pay attention to those if you don't just want to cold message people the campfire video. But a great way to start that conversation is, hey, have you tried Keto OS? You know, if you're not in the grocery store, if you're just messaging someone that you're friends with, hey girl, have you tried Keto OS? And she's going to say, no, what is it? Oh my gosh, check out this little campfire video. I watched this a couple months ago and decided I had to give this a shot. It's been the best thing. Will you watch it and tell me what you think about it? That's all you have to say. If they say no, guess what? Okay, bye, I'm going to the next person. If they say sure, send them the link. They'll watch it. If they don't reply back in a couple hours, say, hey, just checking in, see what you thought about that video. If they don't reply, that's fine. Either way, you've done your job for the day. Your job for the day is to share the campfire video with at least 3 people. If something happens after that, wonderful, but that's your only job, okay? Just sharing keto and the campfire video with at least 3 people every single day. You also want to follow up with your customers. So depending on your customer base, you can't follow up with all of your customers every single day, but you can choose, you know, go down your list and follow up with at least 5 of them every single day. Hey girl, just checking in, seeing how you're doing. I don't know if you've tried our new summer flavor raspberry lemonade, but I've got some in stock. I was thinking about you. Would you want to give it a shot? Or if someone's just always tried orange and chocolate or orange or just chocolate, you could say, hey, I've got 6-day trials of our new Max flavors. Would you want to give it a try? It's every flavor. You know, here's my price, blah, 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 blah. But just a great way to follow up and plug in something else. Or if you know they're a coffee drinker, hey girl, just checking on you, seeing how you're doing. Want to let you know we're coming out with a new cream at the end of the month. I'm really excited about it. I wanted to let you know first. Whatever. But just follow up with your customers and try to plug something else in so it's not just really salesy, like, oh, how do you like your keto? You know, maybe like, oh, hey, I saw you went to the beach. Did you have the best time ever? You look so cute in a bikini. How are you doing with your keto? Love you. Something like that. Okay, so just get creative and build that relationship with your customers. And you don't have to talk just like me, but if you do, it will help, I promise. Just kidding. Okay, dig in with your teams. If you don't have a team, if you just have customers, that's okay. That's still a team. You want to mute? Now I'll mute everybody. Or you want to mute everybody? Now I'll mute myself. Okay, so dig in with your teams. If you're just getting started, you don't have a team yet, that's okay. Following up with your customers is digging in with your team. If you have promoters, you need to be reaching out to them. Hey, how are you doing? What can I do to help? Are you in your GoPro or MVP time frame? You know, let's get you started. Let's help you plan a mixer, whatever. Just stay in contact with the people on your team, okay? Because they need you as much as you need them. And we just need to make sure that we're reaching out to them, letting them know that we're here to support them every day. Mixers, guys. Like, I'm not saying have a mixer every day, but every day we should be thinking about a mixer for ourselves, for someone on our team. When the next one is, have we had one? Following up with the people that were at our last mixer. A mixer should be in the forefront of our mind because that's our livelihood. Like Jessica said, you can max out Facebook at 5,000 friends. Then what happens? You just stop? No. We have to go out and see people face to face. And I guarantee you right now that the market that you're in is not saturated. If I went to the gas station a mile from my house right now, I guarantee 2 people in there have not heard of keto. So my job is to have a mixer every single week at least, so I can share keto with as many people in my area as I can. And I can't do that on Facebook. So let's make sure that we're trying at least weekly to have one mixer. A mixer isn't a big deal. A mixer is 2 or 3 people getting together somewhere local. It doesn't matter where it is, shaking keto up in a blender bottle and letting them sample it. You don't even have to show the mixer video. You don't have to have better magazines. You don't have to have anything extra, just the keto, yourself, and then you're just sharing your excitement. That's it. And then if they have questions you don't know the answers to, guess what? Get one of us on the phone and let us help you. That's the extent of a mixer. No big deal. You need to make at least 2 prove it posts a day. Jessica talked about this. Brittany talked about this on Instagram. But you want people to know the point of this is to brand yourself, right? And they talked about your social media and how it should look, but brand yourself. When people think of Prove It, they should think of you. When they think of you, they should think of Prove It. So think about that. I'm not saying make a post like I have keto who wants it, but something that when someone looks at your Facebook page, they're going to think about Prove It. You know what I'm saying? And when they think about finally one day trying keto, they're going to think about calling you. They're not going to think of calling somebody else. So we want to make sure that our Facebook is a great representation of that. Drink keto. I don't think I should even have to say this, but just in case someone on here is not drinking keto, drink it. Drink it and be seen drinking it. Take it with you wherever you go. If you're going to the park, if you're taking your kids to school, if you're going grocery shopping. I take mine with me to Kroger. Jessica makes fun of me. I can't freaking stand her. But literally be seen with your keto every chance that you get. Get one of those cute blender bottles that says Prove It or the keto. Wear your keto shirt, your Prove It shirt, and be seen with that. Let people know that that's what you do. Like, I carry mine all the time. You're never going to find me out and I don't have my blender bottle. And there's times like I'm not going to literally drink a max, every single hour, but I'll take one with me because it's pink. You can see it through the blender bottle. My blender bottle's white. And I want to be as annoying as I can, shaking that sucker up. So someone's like, what is that? What are you doing? Right? So you just want to make sure that you are using what you're promoting. Okay. So just think about that. And then adding more Facebook friends. Jessica already said this, but every day, if you're not maxed out, you should have yourself a goal. So if every single day you don't have 5,000 Facebook friends, you should try to add at least 10 to 20 every single day. That should just be in your daily method of operation. Stay connected to your team. Stay connected to us. We all have bad days, guys. Okay. Life is busy. Kids are going back to school. Summer is over. Okay. Things are going to start to get really crazy, but stay connected to us. Don't let a bad day keep you from, building your business, and letting us help you grow. I know it's hard. I know life happens and every day is not unicorns and rainbows. But if you stay connected to us and you let us help you and let us help you work through whatever happens in your real life, because we all have a real life and things happen, then you're going to stay successful. But stay connected to us at all times and let us help. That's what we're here to do. Last thing, third-party validation. I feel like most of you are going to use this, but let's make sure we're using it. Michael Rutherford said this morning on the call. Someone was complaining about their business. So-and-so wasn't responding. They weren't joining their team. Why weren't they joining? He said, okay, well, what did they say back when I responded to their message? And she said, well, I don't have you in that message. He was like, oh, okay. Well, then what did your enroller say when she responded to that customer's message? Well, she's not in that message. He was like, you're not using third-party validation. And that's what it is. It doesn't mean that you don't know what you're talking about. Third-party validation is just that. It's validating what you already said. Okay? You know how people are. They want a second opinion about everything. They get online, they look at reviews, right? So that's what we have to do for one another. If Brittany Beck has someone reach out to her about joining her team, they want to know about the opportunity, what she's been doing. What she should do is immediately say, hang on, I'm going to connect you with my best friend, Jessica. She's amazing. She's been doing this a little bit longer than me, and she's got an amazing story that I want her to share with you. So Jessica is going to take over that message. She's going to answer all these questions for Brittany's potential, and Brittany's just going to sit back and chill and watch it happen. And that person's going to enroll as a promoter. That didn't mean Brittany didn't know what she was talking about. It just validated what Brittany already said, and it showed that potential. I can do what Brittany does. She didn't do anything. She connected me to Jessica. I can do that same thing, right? So I'm going to challenge all of you guys. If you are a rock star and you got this, if you started today, I want you to use third-party validation and tell me that it doesn't change your business, okay? Every single day, you should have at least 2 people in a third-party validation message. And these are like, you can add to this list. You can take away from this list. If you have things that that work for you every single day, please feel free to let us know. Like I'm open to hearing things that people do that work for them. These are things that work for me. These are things I do every day that I don't have to think about because these are my daily method of operation. I do them every day so I don't have to think about it. It's just something I know I'm going to do. It's my habit. But get yourself into a routine. Get yourself into a habit of things that you should do to make yourself successful, that hold you accountable, and you'll be unstoppable. Nothing that we do is really hard. It's really simple, but it comes down to being consistent, doing them every day, and staying connected to us, and everything will work. I promise you. Everything we do here is really simple if you just do it enough. Y'all have any questions about any of that or anything that you want to add?
I want to add something to the third-party validation thing. Can I do that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a lot of people that use it, but then they aren't clear about when to do it. So I want to just quickly, because we know we all should be using it, but a lot of people don't know when to add somebody. So these are just some things that has worked best for me, and you can just do trial and error to figure out what works best for you. But I know for me personally, if it's someone who is a stranger that messages me, it works better for me to just talk to them just a little bit to get to know them better and build rapport and find out some information and dig some information before I pop them in a message with Jessica Craig. I need to share the campfire video with them before I pop them in that group message. I want to build a little bit of rapport. And then when I pop them in a group message with Jessica, I usually introduce them to Jessica, and I say, hey, this is Sarah. She watched the campfire video. She's tried a 5-day. She loves the product. She's a stay-at-home mom, and she's looking to build a little extra income. Can you just tell her kind of what your story is and where you came from? If you just introduce them and just kind of lead the person into what you want them to say, it just works. Sometimes I'll get a lot of people that are brand new, and they know that they should use third-party validation, and this is what they do. They'll make a post that is interest piquing, which is amazing. And they'll get 2 or 3 people that comment and they say, I want information. And they don't personal message them. They just immediately pop them in a group message with me. And then those people will go crickets because they're like, what in the world just happened? I wanted information and she just put me in a group message with somebody and didn't even do anything. So I would just say for me, what has worked best is if you reach out to them, you spike up a conversation. Then while they're talking, you put them in a group message. Because if they say they want information on your post and they're not actually on Facebook at that moment, and then you see it and put them in a group message, when they go back and check their phone, they're like, what in the crap happened there? I don't even remember what she's doing, So I just say, in the conversation, then pop them in a group message. And if your enroller is like super crazy busy and that they're probably in 5,000 messages, text them and say, hey, you're in a group message, go check it. Because that's what I have to do to Jessica. I'm like, you're in a group message, go look. Because sometimes it gets buried. So that's the thing. And I want to say one more thing about Instagram that I forgot to say real quick. On Facebook, sometimes people get frustrated when you post a lot. Like, I don't know why people are so weird. Like, oh God, you post 4 times a day, you're driving me nuts. Like, shut up, who cares? But on Instagram, people love it when you post a lot. Literally, the more you post, the more follows you get. It is so crazy. Like, the more you post, Instagram will feature you on the popular page and stuff. So I get real bad about doing it. But if you go and post like a before and after, a picture of your food, maybe a picture of your dinner, a motivational quote, a couple things about Prove It, like 4 or 5 things a day, I mean, your follows will just start rolling in as if you're using hashtags on all of them too. So that's all.
Well, Brittany was exactly right. I'm so glad you said that. I meant to go in depth and I just forgot. But that's what third-party validation is. You don't want to just blindly be like, put someone in a message and say nothing, because then you're like, why am I in a message? And let's be honest, who freaking hates a group message if you don't want to be in it? My brother to this day wants to burn my house down when I do a group text with him. I'm like, chill the freak out. It's a group text. I'm your sister. Calm down. But people just don't like group messages, especially if they don't know what you're doing. If you haven't taken the time to try to build a relationship and find out what their needs are and what they're wanting and talk to them for a second, it's like a sales pitch. It's too much. Don't do it. And you don't necessarily have to use your upline. Use someone on your team that you're comfortable with, that's been doing this longer than you, that has the answers. Okay. It doesn't have to be your upline. It can be someone else, because maybe, for example, Jessica's not going to be the perfect person for a message for me. Maybe it's Steven. Maybe it's Sierra Elledge. Maybe it's Jesse Boozer. It just depends on the conversation I'm having. Well,
I'll be perfect every time. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't want to interrupt and say one thing about third-party validation. Everything that Brittany said is 100% true. Everything that Ashley said is true. But I want to remind everybody, don't ask if you can put them in a group message, because that's weird. They're going to be like, what the heck? No, I don't know this person. You're not putting me in a group message. It makes it weird. It makes it just strange. But when you just go ahead and do it, in the way that Brittany was saying to do it. I promise you guys this works.
One more thing. Don't add them to a message with 5 people. Don't do that. It's you and the person that wants information and one other person. It's not 5. It's not 6. It's not 12. If someone comes into a message, they feel like they're under attack and they're getting ready to get bombed and they're deleting Facebook. Don't do it. Wait, one more thing.
I cannot.
If you want me to wear your state, send me a shirt.
Okay, I'm sending you one for sure.
Okay.
Real quick, before we hop off, we've been on here for almost an hour, but if anybody has any specific questions about anything in general or anything that we've talked about, please unmute yourself or type it in the chat really quick.
We've only lost 19 people, so this Zoom must have super sucked.
They're like, bye. Somebody said they've been doing it all wrong. Like, it's totally fine. Start tomorrow like it's your first day. Don't even worry about it, girl.
I start every day like it's my first day. Like, that's just it. Go back to the basics. If you get to a place in your business where you're like, I'm not reaching new people, I don't know what to do, I feel stale, guess what? Start fresh. The daily method of operation, the plays that work, watch, connect, experience. That's all you have to do.
Yep. Okay, nobody has any questions?
Do you only use third-party validation for people who are interested in becoming promoters, or do you also do it for people who have more questions about the product that you don't know how to answer?
Yeah, 100%. If someone has any question whatsoever, instead of you answering it, it's always best to use one of the tools that Prove It provides. So like if they have a question about any kind of medical stuff, I would send them the Keto U link and say, check out video number 3. Or if they, something from the Zendesk or something like that, there's tons of research articles available. We have the live videos of the doctors, different things like that. But if they have several questions about keto, I would 100% throw them into a group message with someone else. But third-party validation isn't always a person. It can be, an actual link to something else too. But yeah, for sure, don't be afraid to do that, because we want to help the customers too, not just the promoters.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
One more thing while we got y'all on here, it's not even on topic, but I know we're having some shipping delays. That is such a good problem. I know it feels like a terrible problem, but let me tell you something. We're at the very beginning of something so huge. So many people freaking want it that we cannot ship it out in enough time. So swing that to your advantage. It's just like, I don't know about you, but when a new piece of makeup comes out that I want, I'll freaking wait 5 months and put myself on a waiting list to get it. I still want it in 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to change my mind just because I can't get it immediately. So think about this. We have a product that's so high in demand that we just can't get it out in time. But use your upline, use your team. If you have customers and promoters that need product and you don't have it because you're waiting on yours, please don't tell people I just don't have mine because of shipping. Reach out to your team and let us help you. But please, we don't know that you need help unless you tell us. So just make sure you're utilizing everybody that you have so we can get product out to people as quickly as possible.
Anybody else? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. Chris Rodriguez, don't hang up.